Gael and the Fianna Fáil leader Micheál Martin are to meet this evening to discuss forming a government. But it is a matter of some wonderment that it's taken them so long to face up to the fact that neither can be elected Taoiseach and won't be today without the support of the other. It's also a matter of grave concern that the business of the Dáil has been effectively suspended for 40 days and will be suspended again after this session. So we meet here to have a vote which will be absolutely inconclusive. It will be a waste of time and a continuation of the shambles of recent weeks. And Sinn Féin, Ceann Comhairle, will play no part in this charade. Teachta Kenny cannot be elected Taoiseach today. Neither can Teachta Martin, neither can Teachta Coppinger, and neither could I. And for that reason, I did not allow my name to go forward. The other nominees should have done likewise. At Ceann Comhairle, there has been a host of worldwide events that impact on our island, including the EU response to the refugee crisis, the impending Brexit referendum, the Panama Papers revelations and US decisions in respect of tax inversion. And yet the Dáil doesn't deal with these issues. We should also be discussing the issue of homelessness. Sinn Féin put forward a motion, as you know, to appoint an Oireachtas committee similar to the Dáil Reform Committee to discuss this crisis as an urgent matter. We have been denied the right to move that motion, and the Taoiseach thus far has declined my request to facilitate this necessary initiative. Erika Fleming, a young homeless woman who has been living in emergency accommodation for nearly a year with her 9-year-old daughter Emily, will give a briefing in Committee Room 4 today at 5 o'clock. I would encourage all TDs, including acting ministers, to attend and listen to her story. We should be dealing with this emergency, which sees 5,000 families made up of citizens like Erika and Emily without a home of their own. Today there are 525 citizens on hospital trolleys. The reports we've heard, disturbing reports of ambulances unable to place patients in hospital, queuing up outside Sligo General. Tomorrow it could be Our Lady of Lourdes in Drogheda, or the emergency departments in Cork or Galway or Beaumont. So this worsening health crisis is a serious matter which must be urgently addressed. But we have decided not to do that. These are issues which we could and should be dealing with instead of a vote which will decide nothing. And let me be clear, Sinn Féin is opposed to Teachta Kenny or Teachta Martin leading a government, but it's also clear that they can do so because they have the numbers. There's also a similarity of policy between them that should encourage them. And it's nonsense to suggest, Ceann Comhairle, that civil war politics is a barrier to these parties reaching any sort of agreement. Yes, I've just a little bit to do yet, Ceann Comhairle. Yes. The civil war is quickly set aside.
Please, could we have order for Deputy Adams, please?
The civil war is quickly set aside on local councils where these two parties divvy up positions between themselves to keep Sinn Féin out. So they've got to get used to the fact that this is a different Dáil, and these two parties cannot dominate politics here in the future as they used to in the past. Now, what do we do, Ceann Comhairle, when this vote is over? There's no talk now, post-election, about keeping the recovery going. No talk now about stability versus chaos. No talk now of the emergency being over. In fact, Fine Gael has admitted that the figures they used during the election campaign were wrong. Michael Noonan and James Riley have said as much recently. So here we are, 40 days on from the general election. 40 days on since the general election, and the Dáil has sat twice. The blame for this lies squarely with Teachta Martin and with the acting Taoiseach, Teachta Kenny, because of their refusal or their inability to accept the new political dispensation. So I would urge them both to accept the new realities, that they are the only ones fit to form a government. And for our part, Sinn Féin will seek to provide progressive opposition to the Conservative majority that exists here, and I am firmly of the view that all of the rest of us who share this ambition must work together in the time ahead.
Deputy Adams. Now, can I say if further speakers